New clue to Planet 9 or Planet X Nibiru. Hubble pins down weird exoplanet with far-flung orbit, according to NASA, finding suggestion that the long-sought Planet 9 or Planet X, if it does exist, could have formed very early. Though every planet in our solar system has been visited by spacecraft over nearly the past 60 years, the outer frontier of the solar system beyond Neptune has been barely explored, and there is circumstantial evidence that a planet 5 times Earth's mass, dubbed Planet 9 or Planet X, may be lurking out there in the abyss. If real, it is creeping along a very wide orbit, taking it 800 times further from the Sun than Earth is. We know that the distance between the Sun and the Earth is 1 AU, which is equal to 93 million miles. So this is 800 times more. Though astronomers have yet to find this legendary world, if it exists at all, they have found another clue 336 light years away. Astronomers analyzed Hubble images of the Double-Star-HD-106906 and have discovered an exoplanet in a huge 15,000-year-long orbit that sweeps it as far from its stellar duo as Planet 9, Planet X would be from our Sun. This is observational evidence that similarly far-flung worlds may exist around other stars. Researchers hypothesized that the planet would wound up there in a game of planetary pinball, where the gravitational pull of a massing star modified the orbit's shape. Perhaps the passing star had a similar influence on our solar system 6.5 billion years ago. A planet in an unlikely orbit around a double star 336 light years away may offer a clue to a mystery which much closer to our home. A hypothesized distant body in our solar system dubbed Planet 9 or Planet X Nibiru. This is the first time that astronomers have been able to measure the motion of the massive Jupiter-like planet that's orbiting very far away from its host star's invisible debris disk. This disk is similar to our Kuiper belt of small icy bodies beyond Neptune. In our own solar system, the suspected Planet 9 would also lie far outside of the Kuiper belt on a similarly strange orbit. Though the search for Planet 9 continues, this exoplanet discovery is evidence that such oddball orbits are in fact possible. This system draws a potentially unique comparison with our solar system, explained the paper's lead author, Mei G. Nguyen of the University of California, Berkeley. It's very widely separated from its host stars on an eccentric, highly misaligned orbit, just like the prediction for Planet 9, Planet X Nibiru. This begs the question of how these planets formed and evolved to end up in their current configuration. The system where this gas giant resides is only 15 million years old, and this suggests that our Planet 9, if it does exist, could have formed very early on in the evolution of 4.6 billion year old star system. The extreme orbit. The 11 Jupiter mass exoplanet called HD-106906b was discovered in 2013 with the Magellan telescopes at the Las Campanas Observatory in Atacama Desert of Chile. However, astronomers did not know anything about the planet's orbit. This required something only the Hubble Space Telescope could do: collect every accurate measurement of the vagabond's motion over 14 years with extraordinary precision. The team used data from the Hubble archive that provided evidence for this mission. And the exoplanet resides extremely far from the host pair of bright young stars, more than 730 times the distance of Earth from the Sun, or nearly 6.8 billion miles. This would separate, this wide separation made it enormously challenging to determine the 15,000-year-long orbit in such a relatively short time span of Hubble observations. The planet is creeping very slowly along its orbit, given the weak gravitational pull of its very distant parent stars. The Hubble team was surprised to find that the remote world has an extreme orbit and that is very misaligned, elongated and external to the debris disk that surrounds the exoplanet's twin host stars. The debris disk itself is very unusual looking, perhaps due to the gravitational tug of the wayward planet. How did it get there? How did the exoplanet arrive at such a distance and strangely inclined orbit? The prevailing theory is that it formed much closer to its stars, about 3 times the distance that Earth is from the Sun, but drag within the system's gas disk caused the planet's orbit to decay, forcing it to migrate inwards towards its stellar pair. The gravitational effects from the whirling star, the twin stars, then kicked it out into eccentric orbit that almost threw it out of the system and into the void of interstellar space, and then a passing star from outside the system stabilized the exoplanet's orbit and prevented it from leaving its home system. A Planet 9 proxy. This scenario for HD-106906b's bizarre orbit is similar in some ways to what may have caused the hypothetical Planet 9, Planet X, to end up in the outer reaches of our solar system, well beyond the orbit of other planets and beyond the Kuiper Belt. Planet 9 could have formed in the inner solar system and been kicked out by interactions with Jupiter. However, Jupiter, the proverbial 800-pound gorilla in our solar system, would very likely have flung Planet 9 far beyond Pluto. Passing stars may have stabilized the orbit of the kicked-out planet by pushing the orbit path away from Jupiter and the other planets in the inner solar system. Now, this is on SciTech Daily by NASA. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.